Aries. Thanks for stopping by for your March reading. I'm Madeleine, if we haven't met before, and I am excited to dive into your season and see what is up for you. So, this is your solar return. It's Aries season. The sun has moved into your sign, and on your birthday, that's your solar return, it's your personal new year. It is the best time in the year to set intentions for yourself the way everybody else does it on December 31st. This is the most potent time for you to say, this is where I want to be. Let's say March 2021. Here's what I want to feel about myself, say about myself, be able to demonstrate. So we're living in weird times, Aries. I'm sure it doesn't escape you. Hopefully I find you safely, healthily at home, surrounded by loved ones. And if you're not surrounded by loved ones, then, maybe the social distancing thing. In either case, I hope that you do feel supported. And I'm here to offer you this own kind of distance support, okay? And the way Spirit was telling it to me before we got started was, get cozy, Aries. We're all supposed to be at home right now, and apparently my job is to come through and tell you a little story. And it's a story where you are the main character. And that's how Spirit, for whatever reason, wants you to go into this reading, okay? Okay, let's get into it. What is ahead for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising in the month of March? Whew! Okay, it's a story, Aries. It's gonna have arcs. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying. That's funny. I say it's gonna have arcs, and then I turn over this card where she's, balancing some arcs. Okay, all right. Wow. Okay, sorry, Aries. I promise to explain all of these sound effects. You will be able to see your cards in just a second. Wow. Here's what I just heard, Aries. I heard, what is it worth to you? What is it worth to you? I want to let that sort of sit with you for a second. There is something that you have envisioned. There is something that you want to create. There is something that takes a lot of passion and hot pursuit, and a little bit of struggle is involved. And you may find yourself in this moment, or maybe this was the beginning of March for some of you, in a state like this, maybe a little bit of a defeated moment. Makes sense. Again, we're living in insane times. Maybe some of you are experiencing, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to go to work, or my hours are being cut, or what have you, and you're having to do a little bit more of a balancing act. Now, I do want to give you some reassurance, Aries, and of course these are general readings, and if you ever do want something more personal, my info is in the box below. But generally speaking, when I see this card for your finances, if any of you are concerned, I feel like budgeting and just being extra careful and willing to make a little bit of a change, willing to say, okay, you know what, obviously we have to think very carefully about the kinds of foods we're buying right now and things like that, what's going to last, how often we want to go out, etc. So what I'm going to do is sit down and make a really detailed meal plan to know exactly what we need and exactly how much I need to spend. And because we have to get sort of these maybe frozen fruits and vegetables and things like that, maybe our grocery bill is actually strangely going to go down a little bit, and we can save up a little money for this, a rainy day, for when we do need something, for maybe an emergency that pops up. So I feel like be confident and be gentle. That's what I'm hearing. You have another really great card for balance and generosity. Now here's what I'm hearing, Aries, and this is a really lovely message. Some of you, whoa, sorry, that was my cat. That was my cat sliding delightedly into my guitar. She's fine. She's very happy. She's making a lot of noise in the corner. You could probably hear it. Okay. This is what I'm hearing that's extremely sweet, Aries, is some of you are going out of your way to take care of loved ones, maybe relatives, friends, people around you. Maybe you're showing up at their door like, hey, don't even open the door, don't worry about it, but I left you a box of produce. Maybe there's somebody older or someone immunocompromised in your life that you're like, hey, don't worry about it, I've got this, okay? in either case, there's a giving and receiving of generosity here. And I just really want to give you this reassurance that if you keep things in flow and a little bit in balance, here's the other thing I'm hearing, Aries, don't go it alone. Now, we might be doing some social distancing, but there are lots of things that we don't need to do alone. And that's I'm hearing that very strongly for you. And Aries, you're the sign of like the individual and independence, and you're a trailblazer, a pioneer. So I get that you're very comfortable going it alone, but with what, I mean, again, I don't mean to keep referencing this, but Spirit's bringing it up because obviously it's touching every one of our lives, but it's like with everything being what it is right now, for many reasons, you don't want to overburden yourself. You're going through a lot. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay because you are strong. This, the Ten of Wands wouldn't come up if you didn't have the strength to get through this, but maybe you don't have to do it all by yourself. Maybe don't exclude people who may want to help you out. Maybe don't cut. Oof, I just heard this, okay, Aries, so don't take it personally. Spirit loves you. Anything that they say comes from love and never judgment. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Don't say or do anything rash or petty because you're hurt. And because, frankly, what I feel is that somebody else is going to come at you with this energy. So it's not that you are going to be in danger so much of just transmitting this willy-nilly. It's that somebody may come to you with a little bit of just like a petty, immature, childish, I'm going to take my ball and go home kind of energy. And I want you to react to that childish energy like the king that you are. Now, you can identify any which way on the gender spectrum. The king and queen have nothing to do with gender or sex, everything to do with personality type. And this is what we like to see when we're looking at Aries, right? This is you in your power. This is you at your very best. A creator, whatever you may do. And yes, I do feel that a lot of you, it's like literally creative. You know, make music, make art, maybe you run your own business, entrepreneurial kind of energy with this. In any case, it's like you are very much, you desire to be, and you know that you are in control of your destiny. Now, the funny, strange message that Spirit is giving me with that is that King of Wands is crowning your reading. Now, at the foundation is the Wheel of Fortune. A little brief tarot lesson to help you understand your reading a little better. All of the numbered cards, those minor arcana, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Cups, etc., etc., etc. All the threes are associated with number 3 in the major arcana, the Empress card. All of the tens, you have the Ten of Swords here, you have the Ten of Wands here, are associated with Wheel of Fortune, which is number 10 in the major arcana, which is cycles, ending and beginning. And I love this card because it indicates things are changing, there's movement. And movement is far preferable, infinitely preferable to stagnation. And I feel you're going to do a great job in avoiding that. But the thing is, when the wheel turns, there's ups and downs. Okay? So there's going to be moments where you're like, oh my God, I'm so on top of this. I have it. I'm great. I'm amazing. And there's going to be times maybe when this person comes at you with that negative or petty energy. Maybe when you get an email from work or whatever that says, hey, we're slashing your hours by this much and there's, nothing you can do about it or something like that, because that could be this kind of energy. 5 of Swords is like a little bit of a losing battle, like it's like a lose-lose kind of thing. Like, why would I even engage this? Do I need to engage this? Really ask yourself if somebody comes at you with that. And if you do, address it like a fucking king. Because Spirit is asking you to think of yourself as like an adult who is dealing with somebody, and they're showing me like a toddler in the sandbox. And somebody like throwing their little shovel in their bucket and they're like, and that is a full-grown ass adult. That is like somebody your age or whatever that is acting this way. But they need to think of yourself spiritually as like an adult working with a child. And the way that if a child looks at you and says like, you're ugly and I hate you, like that you don't go, oh my God, I'm ugly and they hate me. Like, no. When somebody throws their ball of pain at you because they don't want to hold it anymore. The vast majority of the time that has little to nothing to do with you and a lot to do with people just not wanting to feel what they feel, so they want to put it on you. So maybe somebody might try to make it seem like something is your fault. Maybe somebody might just, and when I say your fault, it could even just be, well, sorry, there's nothing else to do about it. Like, deal with it. Because again, that's this kind of energy. Well, deal with it. That's what's happening. Or some of you, wow, because this is what I just heard. Some of you work in the healthcare field and it's the opposite. And it's like, oh no, you're coming in. Like, you don't have an option. Do you want a job? Like, come in. And don't cut off your nose to spite your face. I doubt that you would, Aries, but you can be very brave and very like, well, fuck this. If that's what's going to happen, then I'm going to do this or whatever. And I just want to tell you, you will get through this. It may be a bit of a struggle, but again, 10 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, even 10 of Swords is like, well, at least the worst is over. I'm up, I'm going, I'm moving. I'm done with feeling like this. I'm done with the losing situation. Some of you may have been through a breakup. Some of you may have been through, this is like, I mean, I'm going to be honest. This is a defeat. This is like, I lost out on a job, or I lost out on a person, or something of that effect. And I really love this deck and the fact that if you look closely, this chick is just like staring at her phone, prone on the ground. It's a really, really great visual metaphor for the fact that when we're stuck in our head, when we're stuck in words, messages, thoughts, maybe going over and over something somebody said, maybe you like reading it again and again and again, blah, 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 and like, it's not your style, Aries. And if you are there, I just want to give you love, first of all, and also give you reassurance that I feel that you'll be moving on from that pretty quickly. King of Wands, you've got a lot of get up and go, and you've got something that you want to take all the way. You absolutely, absolutely have the potential to take it all the way. Be very, be more judicious and careful about how you mete out your energy, okay? I understand that sometimes it absolutely does have to be like this. Like, I get that. I've been there. But as much as you can do this, as much as you can share the load and share the wealth, and Spirit is saying maybe you do things like, okay, me and my group of friends, we're going to do shifts of like, at this time, you're going to go check if the toilet paper has been restocked. At this time, in this 2-hour window, I'll go. Or I'll get groceries for Mom this week. You pick up groceries for her next week, whatever it is, okay? Like, making plans. Making detailed but gentle plans is going to take you forward. It's going to ignite your passion again, is really what I'm hearing. I love to see this in the future when this and this, good Lord, are symbolizing the present. Again, I want to remind you, Aries, that it's like, this is a good thing in the sense that it's like, this is done. Like, I'm on the tipping point. Like, the wheel is turning and then it's going to roll forward. There's a lot of progress to be made, but I think you can do it. I think you can do it gently, and I think that will give you more energy as much as possible. Again, as much as you can share the load, as much as you can share the wealth, okay? Now, we're going to talk about something completely separate, a very interesting and separate sort of little story in your story. And what is, an adventure without struggle, without points of defeat, without the protagonist having to figure out what their strengths are and how to work them? And what indeed is an adventure story without love? In the key position, this Queen of Cups. And in the potential position, now this is, the potential position represents the thing that you sort of have the most, it's malleable. You can have this, or you can decide that you don't want this and not have this, okay? So no pressure. 6 of Cups. Now, Spirit is very directly connecting this 6 of Cups to the Queen of Cups. Some of you may have a message from somebody coming up from your past. Some of you, this is somebody completely new, but it's somebody who makes you feel, I'm going to say childish, but in the best way, like playful, fun, innocent, free. That's what the Six of Cups is all about. There may even be like a feeling of nostalgia, which is why for some of you, yes, indeed, this person may be from your past. But I'm going to tell you that if anybody in your past gives you heavy feelings, that's not this person. Because the Six of Cups, again, is free, is innocent, is like light and playful and childlike in the best way, much like you, Aries, the child of the zodiac, much like my cat, who I wish would get on camera while she's running around being insane. And she's a stray, she's a rescue, but I have a sneaking suspicion, oh my god, that she's an Aries. I was saying that just as her tail was like catching on the camera cord, and I was just like waiting for this whole situation to tip backward, but we're fine. Okay, sorry, Aries. Light and fun and playful and sweet and makes you feel like you can be a kid again. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is in deep, deep touch with her feelings, with her intuition, with her compassion. Again, I'm saying her when I talk about the Queen of Cups. I'm saying him when I talk about the King of Wands, but gender and sex have nothing to do with this. Everything to do with personality type. Queen of Cups is a healer. Queen of Cups may be a wonderful mother. Again, remember, these are general readings, Aries, so you have to follow your own thread of intuition and your own thread of your life. Who is the person in your life who really you feel like understands you, or even just has the great potential to understand you? This is someone who understands herself very well. This is a very deeply reflective person and a deeply empathic person. This is somebody that you can talk to about your feelings without ever... This is someone who can cradle your feelings, okay? This is someone who can cradle your heart. When you're feeling brave and maybe when you're feeling Ten of Swords, a little bit defeated, in either case, this person never makes you feel anything but... That's my cat. Hey, the least you could do is show them how cute you are if you're going to do this. She's not going to do it. Okay, but... Social media, you can see pictures of her. I'll post some. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Big Aries energy. Okay? Okay, look. We're still here. Aries. I like this person. This person might be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Or this person just might have very quote-unquote watery energy. Psychologist, counselor, whether by trade or just by the fact that she or he is the most intuitive, gentle person in your kind of like friend group. Whoever this is, I like them, and I think they can help you have what Spirit is saying is a bit of a breakthrough. So this could even be somebody like your therapist, your counselor. This could even be somebody who's like a priest or a tarot reader or whatever. Somebody who has kind of insights that maybe... The Queen of Cups is a great mirror. Not in the sense that she is just like us, but in the sense that we can see things in ourselves that we wouldn't be able to see without looking into her eyes and hearing her reflect on who we are. So there's kind of an unlocking happening here. Somebody is going to put their hands deftly into sort of the gears of your heart, maybe turn a few things, maybe help you regain your passion and your excitement and know that it's far from over. I think that you're going on a great adventure, Aries. Some of you might be moving. And we're back. Okay, Aries, I love you. I'm sorry that this reading has been characterized by the frenetic energy that's been going around. I should not be surprised. So, somebody who helps you reflect on your feelings is going to reignite your passion, your excitement. Some of you may be like, I'm good, I was going to stay on this road one way or another, and I totally hear you, but it's like this person gives you like a little bit of jet fuel. A little bit of like, well, I see this about you, or I could see this for you, and you're just like, bing, like light bulb, like I don't mean to say it like this, but this is how Spirit is saying it, so I'm going to say it like a little bit of like missing piece, like missing ingredient, and then poof. So... You know, you're a fire sign, but a little bit of water might be exactly what you need. A little bit of fun, a little bit of deep self-reflection and compassion. For some of you, like I said, psychologist. For some of you, business or life coach. Somebody who gets it, somebody who gets you, and somebody who you're not afraid to let get you. That's what Spirit said. Okay, so before another disaster strikes, Aries, I will leave it there for now. But I'd love to hear from you if you have questions or if you have stories about how this is resonating with you. I really, really appreciate you being here. It is a pleasure, and I really, really, truly hope that this helps and the time you spent here with me pays for itself many, many, many times over. May it serve you well, and if I don't see you in a video before then I hope I see you in your April reading. Bye, Aries!